Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be going over how to decorate your interior pages for your KDP books and just kind of provide some other tips that you can do for your books just to be able to make them stand out a little more when you are ready to sell them. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so as you can see here, we have one of my pages here that I have been working on, and I've been pretty much taking you guys through a journey with me in how I make my KDP books. And so this is kind of basically one of the pages that I did to a You Are Awesome journal that I wanted to upload on KDP. And so just to kind of give you a quick recap, so this was, let me go back. So this was the cover of my KDP book that I'm actually going to be uploading. It's called You Are Awesome, just a regular old cover. This is You Are Awesome, and then this is the back cover that has a thumbs up. So that's the cover. And so now we're working into the interior pages. So with my last video that I will post in the description box below, basically talked about how to make the lines on the page. So today now we're just going to kind of decorate the pages and kind of make them look a little bit better. Okay, so as you can see with this one, I initially started off with dotted lines, and I do have a video on how I made those interior lines. As I said before, I'll post that below, but so I'll just basically be continuing from where I started with that. So as you can see, I actually did an example of something that you can do on one of your pages or a few of your pages, just to help kind of make it stand out a little bit better, so that people that want to buy a journal, they can kind of get a lot of inspiration from your journals and not just have lines. Okay, so one of the things that I was able to do is maybe put like a really light transparent phrase. And so as all I did was basically just kind of hit element, and I hit text, and then I clicked which text size I wanted, and then I basically moved it to the corner of my page here, and I wrote, for example, on here I said you are loved. And basically the way that I made this transparent is I just went to the transparency tab, and then I made it however I wanted to. You can also make it like that too, but it will make it harder for people to write on that first line at the top. So I always make it transparent, and I usually try to stay around the 17 to 19 scale. Another thing that you can also do that I see a lot of people do with their KDP books is they kind of put a little phrase here. So this is one that I actually created here, and all I did was use one of the pre-made fonts, as you can see as an example. I can't really find the one that I used here. I think I used Cheers. I'm not sure, but basically I added it here, and then I just kind of changed the wordings of it to make it something different. Okay, so you can also do something like that, and you can also change the colors if you want, so maybe like to a purple, but I really like that teal looking blue, so I thought that was really cute. And then also if you wanted it to be transparent, of course you can do a really cool thing by kind of bringing it to a transparency like this, and then what you would do is take the image and position it kind of backwards, so that way you can be able to put your lines all the way through it if you wanted it to be like that. Another thing you can also do is move it to a corner. You can kind of move it here. A lot of people take different types of images like this, like transparency images, and put it in the back and kind of enlarge it like this in some type of way, so that they can still write on it, but they'd be able to see those words like this in the back, kind of like a subliminal. So there's a lot of different designs that you can do, but this is just a couple. All right, so I actually like it here, and I actually want this to not be transparent because I really like the colors and I want them to pop. Okay, so as a word of thumb, just really take note of what you're doing with your pages as well. So just kind of make a mental note of when you are going outside the lines, for instance, like as you can see, it's kind of going outside the margins of the lines here. If you have any pages that are like this, or any pages that that have color, for instance, just really take a mental note on when you're doing this. This will be incredibly important when it's time to actually upload your book to KDP, because this is a part of your manuscript. So once we have, like, for instance, an idea that we really like this, then what you would do is just kind of duplicate the page, and you can kind of just play around with the designs on each page. And that's kind of the beauty of this. You can kind of really let your creativity go wild in some type of way to really make it personal and really inspiring for the people that is taking your journals and really using it to write out their hearts or write notes or anything like that in them. Another example that I can actually show you, if I go back to my home page, that I like to do as well, is sometimes I like to also put like little flowers on my pages. So if you take a look here, for instance, this is one of my manuscripts that I use for my interior pages. And as you can see, I really enjoy using the transparency. I think it looks really cool, and it allows for the person to be able to write on the page still without an interference. And so this is like a really quick thing that you can do, but I wanted to show you this that I like to do with my pages as well. And this is pretty much a flower. It's kind of like a drawn on flower. This is a design that is actually in Canva Pro, if I'm not mistaken. And it's something really simple that you can do with your pages. And the good thing is that you don't have to do this with every single page. And that's kind of the beauty of it, so that you can kind of personalize it anyway, but you can do this with only like a handful of pages. So a word of thumb that I always try to tell people is, when you are creating a journal that you want to actually have people purchase in the future. And as you can see, another thing that I was able to do is also make quotation pages as well, like, or inspirational pages, where I put like many different quotes in my book. So this was my Crazy Sexy Cool journal that I made for teenagers. And as you can see, these are just examples of what I was trying to give you to do as tips. So these are like a lot of transparency pictures that you always make sure to put behind the lines, and you always do that by going to the position, and I can actually show you that. So for instance, with this one, if I click it on, as you can see, this is like some little glasses here. So if I wanted this image to go behind these black lines, you just go to position and just click to the back, okay, and it takes it all the way back from the lines here, so that when they print it, they can still write on this line without interference. Okay, so that's just something that I always make sure people know. But going back to the grid, as you can see, and I'll actually make a quick video about this after this one, and that's basically how to actually upload your interiors into a file to merge it so that you have enough pages for your hardback cover. I'll actually get into a video with that. That'll be coming soon. But until then, I always encourage people just to really just become fun, really have fun with this. Use dotted lines, use thick solid lines like this. You can even use grid lines. You'll be surprised at what people will purchase just because of the fact that it is interesting to them, or it really breeds something else in them. So as you can see, and this is another just really quick, another idea that you can do with your pages as well, is just kind of have quotation pages in there. So for instance, I got this design right off of Canva, and all you have to do is just go to elements and kind of just type in what you. It's really hard to give people designs or anything, or design ideas. The only thing I can do is provide you with inspiration. So as you can see, these are some of the recent ones that I've used. So they have a lot of floral, and you notice that these are in Pro. So sometimes you do have to get a Pro account if you want to use some of their more cool effects. All right, but don't worry, I'll definitely be making some other videos as far as like how you can also make other types of designs and graphics using various types of elements that they have on Canva, and that will be definitely coming soon. But I just wanted to give you like a really quick framework of just kind of how I do my interior pages. And what I try to structure in my interior pages is kind of just having those blank pages, blank line pages, as you can see here, and then kind of having about 10 or 20 pages with some kind of element in the background that's transparent to kind of make the pages stand out. And then what I also tend to do is have about 10 to 20 pages to be actually quotations. So this is a really cool quote from Steve Jobs, where he said, "The ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do." So, you know, little things like that can really make someone's day, and it can also make your journal stand out as well as something really cool that they can look forward to reading as they're writing in their journals. Another rule of thumb also, when you are doing your designs, this is another one, and by the way, these are all elements that are found right on Canva. So as you can see, these little stitch things here, they're right here. So and this is free, this is a free element, you know, so don't think that, you know, you cannot make something with the free elements if you feel that you can't do the pro at this time. And so, yeah, so this is something that I really love doing. And it's very therapeutic for me when I'm designing these interior pages. I even have a Dalai Lama quotation. All right, so I hope that you found this video to be extremely helpful in some type of way. Please share any other designs or requests of videos that you would love for me to make about KDP and designs on Canva. So you know, all of these things that you can do on here is absolutely free. And so please, if you are getting into KDP, whether it's through a hobby or you're actually an author or a designer that really wants to share your work with the world, to really check out Canva so that you can get some really great ideas in making your KDP books, tongue twister, really pop and stand out in any type of way. And check out Canva for other things as well. I hope to see you guys next time on my next video, where I will be discussing on how to upload these interior pages into KDP, okay, as well as uploading your cover book to KDP so that you can actually make your first transcript of your book for you to sell online. So I'm really glad that you guys stopped by today. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.